back. It's time to tackle the biggest issue of the day. That is Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his fiancée Lauren Sanchez. Their nuptials, they've finally tied the knot in a very stunning and public city, Venice, of course.
Yeah, very quiet and understated. The couple has shared photos from the lavish ceremony, which is already stirring up a fair bit of controversy.
I've got just the man to tell us all about it. The wedding of the century, it's been dubbed, and Shagun Oduolowu joins us in LA.
Morning, Shagun. Now, they've officially tied the knot. We've had a look at the dress. What do you reckon?
Oh, well, the dress is a, couture Dolce & Gabbana, which makes sense because Domenico Dolce himself was there at the wedding, all right? It was hand done. And what do you expect for a billionaire's wedding? Reports are saying that this wedding cost somewhere between $40 and $55 million. All right, reports are kind of skewing, but what's $15 million to a billionaire? And the guests were treated to specially made pizza from a well-known Italian chef that they're keeping under wraps. But fire the questions at me because I've got answers on who was there, what they did. Just let me know.
I'm ready. I haven't been able to refresh the Daily Mail fast enough today. I'm heavily invested in this. Can we talk about some of the guests? And I want to talk about Kylie Jenner because we have some vision of her. She's arrived. It looks like she might be wearing white, or at least it's off-white. I mean, that seems like a little bit of a faux pas for the wedding of the year. What's your take?
Okay. Well, my take is it's not just who was there, but where they came from. If you want actors, Orlando Bloom, without Katy Perry, I might add, maybe flirting with one of the Kardashians. I'll get to that in a moment. But Orlando Bloom was there, okay? Leonardo DiCaprio is there. What you expect Leonardo DiCaprio in Italy for an Italian wedding? Billionaires were there. Oprah was there. Bill Gates was there. American football royalty was there with Tom Brady. You name it, if they were in that walk of life and they were famous, they were at this wedding. But the Kardashians and the Jenners that you've brought up really made more headlines perhaps before the wedding than the wedding itself because Orlando was seen possibly getting a little kissy face with Kim Kardashian, which had a lot of tongues wagging and pens writing.
Their tongues weren't wagging though, were they? Are they on? They're not on, are they? Surely not. Think of Katie. Katie's on tour in Australia. We can't have her...
She's hanging out with quackers.
Breaking her heart on tour again.
Well, they have separated, so it would be okay if Orlando and Kim got together. But what was really interesting is the city of Venice might have been the only people that weren't really on board with this wedding. Venetians were upset that their city was turning into this, billionaire playground, and there were protests which forced the wedding to move from its original location to where it finally was held. And the Venetians, look, they're an ornery lot. They were not... Look, they love their canals, they love their city, and they feared that all of this press, all this publicity was going to damage this pristine city. To combat that, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez made sure that 80% of everything that was sourced came from the city of Venice. So Venice made money and everyone had a wonderful time.
Now, Shagun, let's talk about cash, because this looks like an expensive wedding. 70 million Australian dollars. This has got to be one of the most expensive weddings the planet has ever seen.
Well, it is. Well, let me rephrase that. It is if you're not royalty, because there have been some weddings in India and other countries with royals where it was much more expensive. And what you're really seeing is the security. Jeff Bezos and his guests are all worth either millions, hundreds of millions, or billions of dollars. And security does not come cheap, especially when each individual person might want to bring their own type of security detail. So the heightened security, the closed nature of keeping it as secret as you possibly can and cordoning off an entire city into different sections is what makes it expensive. Plus the goodie bags. They were given all types of couture, hand-blown Venetian crystal and glass. There were so many things that went into this that, look, if you're a billionaire, you can't do it on the cheap, right? This isn't some, shotgun wedding, let's get married in Vegas or some city where we're going to, that I'm being forced to walk down the aisle. This was well planned and well orchestrated.
We didn't get time to get to the foam party, Shagun. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. But the image of him partying on his boat with the foam, like a 20-year-old.
All over it. Thank you so much. Imagine the pressure of the wishing well as well. Is it like a $250 job? Or?
No.
1,000.
Yeah.